back, beautiful creatures. I'm so happy to have you hanging out with me here today. If you're new here, I'm Cordelia, and I love to talk about bright and colorful alternative makeup, gothic fashion, mental health, and more. So today's video is going to be a review on the Lime Crime Electric Slide eyeshadow sticks. I purchased 8 of these sometime last year. I don't know exactly when. It was sometime during my burnout. And so I've had plenty of time to play with them, so I wanted to give you a review on them. Before I jump into the review, I do want to answer a couple questions that I've received. Why are you reviewing Lime Crime? As somebody who's been a content creator for the past 15 years, I have seen the rise, fall, and whatever Lime Crime is at now. I remember back in the day when Lime Crime was selling repackaged TKB eyeshadow pigments and claiming that they were original. So I've seen that. I've seen the debacle with, I think it was the China doll palette. I've seen all kinds of stuff that has gone on with Lime Crime. I'm very well aware of their sordid past. However, Xenia Voratova, better known as Doe Deer, stepped away from the brand and gave up her seat on the board to give the seat to people of color. And I thought that that was a real putting their money where their mouth was moment to do that, to try and have more diversity on their board. And that really gave me confidence in the brand and what's going on with it now. So I feel comfortable reviewing their products and purchasing from them. So let me tell you a little bit about Lime Crime in case you don't know. Lime Crime is a 100% cruelty-free and 100% vegan brand. As I mentioned, they had a little bit of a checkered past. They are not indie now, but they did start as indie. I'm personally not a fan of their Velveteen liquid lipstick formula. It's too drying for my lips, but I did like their metallic liquid lipstick formula. I love their plushies and plushy glow formulas. Those are great. And I love their soft touch lipsticks. They all are very comfortable for me. Oh, and their lip pencils are excellent. So I do like most of their lip products, it's just not the one that they're known for. As far as their eyeshadow palettes go, I love quite a few of them. I started with the Venus 3, which is like this beautiful mauve and purple palette. Then I picked up Venus XL, which is a red and pink palette. It's gorgeous. I have XL2, which is like a peach and green palette. I have Venus Immortalis, which is like a gothic kind of dream with like grays and blacks and silvers. I have Prelude Chroma, Prelude Exposed. I have their Neon Electric palette, which is okay, and a couple other things. So I really like their eyeshadows. I loved their liquid eyeshadows. They were very glittery and I had to be very careful with application with them, but they were stunning. So I've had people ask me, what do you like about their eyeshadow formula in specific? And what I like in specific is that their eyeshadow formula, the mattes, are very buildable. So sometimes I've had problems with an eyeshadow formula being so pigmented I put it on that I couldn't blend it out at all. It's the opposite with Lime Crime. Sometimes their stuff is slightly more sheer, but it's always very buildable and very blendable. And for somebody like me who is often heavy-handed, I find this sort of formula works best for me. With their metallics, they have some really gorgeous ultra foiled metallics that I like. They have a few subtle duochromes, and they have some really fun shimmers. So in general, I feel like they've done a great job with their eyeshadow formula, and I find it appealing. All right, so now that I've given you my little bit of background on why Lime Crime, why I like their formula, let's get into the eyeshadow sticks. So these are the Electric Slide eyeshadow sticks, and as I mentioned, I have 6 shades out of 8. The only 2 colors I don't have are the blue and the copper. Okay, so I want to talk about their packaging. Lime Crime has made moves to be more sustainable with their packaging. This packaging is 100% recyclable PCR. So PCR plastic is a recycled plastic that can basically be melted back down, turned into a resin, and then turned back into packaging again. It helps to reduce the amount of plastic that ends up in landfills because this is highly recyclable. The Lime Crime Soft Touch lipsticks, that are the lipsticks that come in this little tube, so it's a bullet lipstick formula. These are also made of 100% recyclable paper, so these are also great. I particularly love the fact that Lime Crime has made this push towards lowering their prices and making more sustainable, eco-friendly packaging. Not a lot of brands have done that I've seen. Other options that a brand could use for sustainable packaging would be glass packaging, recycled paper like I mentioned, the PCR plastic, aluminum, bamboo, and just having refillable products. Like refillable packaging. So those are all options that brands could be doing, but I don't see a lot of them doing them yet. One thing I do want to talk about is that when I was doing my research to put together my review on these eyeshadow sticks, one thing I noticed about the Lime Crime website, which I absolutely detest, is that they have removed color descriptions for almost every single product on their site. So they don't have a color description up for the individual shades anymore for these eyeshadow sticks. They do have color descriptions for some of their eyeshadows, but they don't for lipsticks, they don't for liquid lipsticks, and they don't for their highlighters, blushes, and that really bothers me because I will buy things online if I can read a color description and look at a picture and then ascertain whether or not the undertones are going to work for me. But if I'm just going off of a picture alone from a brand who's notoriously bad for having bad pictures, not gonna happen. So that's something I really don't like, and I wanted to mention it to you in case it was something that bothers you too. I sent an email to Lime Crime to tell them to please add back color descriptions. So I told you why I love the Lime Crime eyeshadow formula when it comes to like their eyeshadow palettes. But how about these pencils? These pencils come in matte and metallic, and I think I have three. Yeah, I have 3 metallic shades. The rest are mattes, and I find them very easy to use. So I do have these swatched for you. I was gonna do live swatches really fast just for fun. This is the lavender matte, whatever. This is the berry matte, as if. This is the green metallic, let's bounce. This is the yellow metallic mega. This is XOXO, which is sort of like a shimmering champagne beige. And this is BFF, which is the most perfect brown, soft brown matte I've ever seen. It somehow manages to become like the perfect no makeup color on my eyes. Let me zoom in for a little bit. So these are the live swatches, just one pass that I did. And I'm gonna go ahead and insert my swatches from outside and inside for you now so you can check them out. While you're looking at the swatches, I do wanna tell you about the product claims. Lime Crime claims that these have long-lasting wear, supercharged color, smooth application, that they're 100% vegan, and they're 100% cruelty-free. So, in my opinion, these eyeshadow sticks live up to all of their claims, and I will tell you why. I do want to tell you all of the different ways that you can use them. You can use them as a colored base. You can use them as a liner if you want to do graphic liner. If I'm doing graphic liner, I always grab a separate brush to run across the top of the cream shadow and then use that to draw on my skin. You can use them as a wash of color, like basically just kind of dab them on your eyes and take a brush to blend them out. You can use them in conjunction with multichromes, put like a wash of one of these on and then tap on a multichrome with your finger, you're good to go. So what I love about this, the eyeshadow formula is great. I'm somebody who has oily hooded eyelids, and typically I cannot wear eyeshadow without a primer. I can actually wear these for 4 to 6 hours without creasing, which is just, I don't know, it blew my mind because I don't typically wear eyeshadow without a primer. I did a test the other day with BFF and XO, so I was doing like a no makeup look, and I expected it to be gone in like 20 minutes. It actually stuck around for about 6 hours, so I was very impressed before I took it off. I personally like to use these as a colored base for a makeup look, so I like to basically scribble this on my eye, blend it out, and then tap on a multichrome for a really quick 2 eyeshadow look. In my experience, the formula does have a very smooth application. It doesn't tug at my skin. It just kind of glides on and then you blend it out, so I like that. Once it sets, it does seem to set pretty well and not budge for quite a while. Lime Crime claims that this has supercharged color, and the way I interpret this claim is that it means that it has really great color payoff. It absolutely does. They are nicely pigmented and you can blend them out easily, much like their traditional powder eyeshadow formula. I personally prefer this sort of buildable, blendable eyeshadow formula versus a stiff, pigmented formula that I cannot blend out. I think I mentioned the shade BFF, which is a brown, and you know I'm not into browns. This is like the most perfect brown for my skin tone that I have ever found. I'm gonna insert some footage here of me in a neutralish look featuring BFF and the shimmery shade XOXO with just a little bit of, I think it was About Face, this Bliss tapped on the center just to add a little bit of gold shimmer. So this is a combination of BFF and XOXO. I put the light taupey brown like basically all around my eyes, and then I used XOXO as like a spotlight highlight, and then I added just a teeny tiny bit with my fingers of the About Face, this Bliss highlighter, just to give it a little bit more glow, because I don't feel like no makeup like this really does me any favors. I'm not a no makeup person, but I figured I'd show you this. I feel like this, for no makeup, which I suck at, I felt like this was a really good look. These colors really worked well with my skin tone, and I couldn't believe how pretty the brown turned out, because I typically struggle to find the right brown. It's either too warm or too orange or too harsh in my skin, and this just blends in beautifully. So I'm very impressed from the color aspect, because brown is a color I struggle with, and this one works perfectly for me. Next we have two more metallics. These are Let's Bounce and Mega. These are beautiful and bright. I bought the yellow because I don't have a lot of yellow makeup, and I figured it would look great with greens and blues if I wanted to do sort of like a tropical bird type of look, or if I wanted to do another rainbow look. I really like having a yellow color to help me amp up my yellow eyeshadow. Bounce is especially gorgeous with like Tara Moon's Moon Ring, which is like a beautiful multi-chrome green, teal, blue, gold color. So gorgeous. Those two colors together are a very quick and easy duo for me, and I love them. Obviously, I had to get the purple because it's purple, and since I seem to wear a lot of berry hues, I really like As If as well. But I am somebody who wears a lot of like purples and berries and blues and, you know, greens. Like those are kind of the colors I like to stick to. I like to stick to brighter or more unusual colors as opposed to, you know, your typical neutrals. So what I would like to see is I would like to see Lime Crime expand the electric slide offering. I would like to see a couple sheer iridescent shades, like a sheer like white with a blue violet shift, a sheer iridescent green, and maybe like a pink to gold shift on a sheer. I think those would be really pretty. You could use it to highlight on the brow bone up here, or even on your cheeks if you wanted. I would also love to see a deeper, more vibrant purple and blue, and maybe like a true red or a cool red. So let's talk about the value and price. As I mentioned, Lime Crime was one of the few brands that whenever I saw so many brands raising their prices over the past year, Lime Crime actually cut back and lowered their prices to be more affordable. So that really, you know, won nice points with me. These are $14 a stick, and you get 0.04 ounces of product. Your average eyeshadow is typically 0.05 ounces of product, and if you're looking at a brand like Urban Decay, it's $21 for that size of a product. So this is a slightly less product and about $10 cheaper than, say, like an Urban Decay eyeshadow. But I feel like this is really good color payoff and very easy to work with. So in my opinion, this is a really good value for the price. Overall, I am very happy with the Lime Crime Electric Slide eyeshadow sticks. The only thing that I should tell you another thing I don't like. What I don't like about their packaging is I really don't like the brush. I would love to see them ditch the brush and either give us more product or lower the price, because I hate the brushes that come with this. I don't like them at all. I don't like to use them with the makeup, and they're not great. In general, I tend to really hate cheap makeup brushes, and I feel like the makeup brushes that are on these are just cheap and not great. So that is, I guess, my only con with the product, is I don't like the brushes that come with it. So what do you think of the Lime Crime Electric Slide eyeshadow sticks? Do you have any? Do you want any? The only other color I might buy is the blue, because I don't have any need for like a coppery orange. I have another coppery orange in another formula. Definitely let me know what you think of the Lime Crime Electric Slide eyeshadow sticks. I'm dying to know. And tell me how your week's been. So far, my week has been exhausting. I'm sorry, I probably look terrible because I am exhausted. I've had an extra long day, but I really wanted to get a review filmed for you so I could share it with you. So let me know how you're doing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.